Hello everyone, I'm Heather, and in today's video I want to talk to you about making your hotel room or your hotel suite work for you. I think a lot of times the reason that people have trouble feeling comfortable or enjoying their stay in a hotel room or a hotel suite is because they are a little bit apprehensive or feel like they can't make any changes to the suite or the hotel room that they're in. Something that we've learned over time, because we stay in hotels quite a lot, is that you can move things around, you can do different things. There's a lot of ways that you can adapt your hotel room or your hotel suite to make it comfortable and to make it work for you. If you've watched any of my room tours in the past, you'll notice that sometimes we move furniture around, things like that. Now, obviously, yes, this does put a little bit more burden on housekeeping after you check out, but two things about that. Number one, it's always important to tip your housekeeping staff. This is something I have to remind myself because I usually have to go out of my way to get cash because I don't usually carry cash. I do have cash for this stay to leave a nice tip for our housekeeping staff afterwards. Secondly, I really think it's important to be willing to adapt your room if you're there for a longer stay so that you're comfortable over that long period of time. This is a pretty long stay here. We're staying at a Residence Inn by Marriott, actually in our hometown basically. It's a newly built Residence Inn. We're staying here for 8 nights, and that's a pretty long stay to be in one hotel. The reason we're staying here this long is because we're in the middle of a move. We've sold our house and we're in the middle of moving to a new home, and there's a lot of things going on with that. I've made other videos about this that you can go back and watch. And so we're here for quite a long time, but we've had other long stays too where we've been, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 nights in the same room. You could be there even longer, and it's really important to make yourselves comfortable. One of the ways that you can do that is to completely unpack. Now, we didn't do that on this stay, but if there's a lot of storage, which there is in this suite that we're staying in right now, I do encourage you to unpack because it can really make a difference not to be living out of your suitcase, especially if you're there for, more than a week. Just now, as I was moving through the suite here, I noticed a few things that we did without really thinking about it that helped us adapt the room for us. And I'm going to show them to you to kind of give you an example of what I'm talking about. Okay, this is a 1-bedroom suite in the Residence Inn. Here's the bedroom, and it has 2 queen beds. And then here's the living room out here, and here's the kitchen. Okay, this is all one open space, but this is 2 separate rooms, closes with a door. Now, when we stay in a hotel room with 2 queen beds, and I've talked about this many times before, there's 3 of us, and we're gonna have to share a bed. And so just because of age and gender and all that, usually it's Megan and I that are sharing one of the queen beds. I've also talked about in the past how we often have a problem when Megan and I have to share a bed that Megan hogs the covers. Ben does too. They both have a tendency to continually pull the covers over onto themselves. And Megan is aware that she does it. She tries to give them back to me, but we always have a little bit of trouble with the covers. Okay, well, here's something I did. There's extra bedding in the closet because there's a sofa bed here. This is a sofa bed. The bag that the extra bedding is in is over here because I moved it, but there's also like sheets and pillowcases and stuff. But there was a queen comforter in that bag. Now, Megan originally took this out because she was cold and she just wanted something to wrap herself up in. That's another thing to keep in mind. You don't have to use the extra bedding for what you think it was intended for. But what I ended up using it for last night, because Megan had pulled all the covers over onto herself again and I had none, was I went and grabbed this comforter out and just put it over myself. So then I had my own covers, basically, and she had her own covers. So that's one thing that we did. Okay, another thing, now you probably aren't going to normally, especially if you're flying or something, we grabbed a laundry basket from our house. Because we're here for such an extended stay now, even beyond this, we're actually taking our laundry home periodically and doing our laundry and bringing more clothes. Because originally we were only going to be here for 3 nights. And we had just our small suitcases, these suitcases here. And also our big suitcases were full of our clothes that needed to go back into our dressers after the movers moved them. You're probably not going to want to bring a full-size laundry basket, but if you are on a road trip, that is an option if you have room in your car. But something like a pop-up hamper or even a garbage bag or a plastic bag or a pillowcase for each person's suitcase to keep their dirty clothes in, or to keep their dirty clothes separate from the rest of their clothes and their luggage, can be really nice. And there's just this perfect little spot here next to the bed where we have our laundry basket. I think I've talked about this before, and I know a lot of people do this. We always travel with our own fan. This little fan, trusty fan, we bought at a Walgreens in Las Vegas in 2007, I think it was. And this thing works like a charm and has never failed us. And the box that it was in fell apart, but we now have it in this little red tote bag that matches our big luggage. And even when we fly, we take this little fan with us because it can be really nice to have white noise in your hotel room. Some hotels do have fans that you can borrow, but you'll find that not all of them do, and oftentimes they are already gone by the time you ask, like they've all been taken. Ben's on the desk chair and he's got his laptop set up there on the desk, and this is a nice big desk. So Megan and Ben were actually able to both set up their laptops here. Now Megan didn't have another desk chair, but this armchair was over there. So Megan just pulled the armchair over. Easy peasy. Just because they put the armchair there doesn't mean you have to leave it there. I mean, we'll probably put it back after she's done using it. Okay, but right now, Ben was watching a show. He's not anymore, he's done with it now. And so Megan moved her laptop over here to the table, and she's doing her writing and working over here at the table. The sound from his show mainly wasn't bothering her, wasn't that it, Meg? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's got her headphones on, but she didn't have enough light. But these lights here are very bright. Yeah, they're way too bright. It's evening now, we don't want them that bright. But this little lamp over here is perfect amount of light for her. And it was over here. And I'm sure she'll put it back when she's done. But she moved the lamp over because that's what worked for her. So those are just a few examples of things that I noticed here in the room that we had done without even thinking about it, that I want to encourage you, if you're staying in a hotel or a hotel suite, especially if you're there for an extended stay, make the room work for you. Move stuff around. I mean, don't break things or, stuff like that, but don't be afraid to move things, and don't be afraid to use things in the way that helps you the most, even if you don't think that was that thing's intended purpose. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Leave any questions or comments down below. Have a great day, everyone, and safe travels.